there's no guarantee that I'll have anything to kind of video for that. It may be that I have got everything, but something tells me I'll have missed little pieces here and there. The only way to tell is to go back and look. But from the bulk of the challenge, this will be it. Gnorc Cove. Not that Gnorc Cove will be it, but this may be the last straight of the challenge. Now, big enemies again we can't destroy without utilising some kind of way to kill them, and it just so happens the level supplies us with such a way. Barrels. This is a very funny kind of level. It's kind of a harbour construction kind of feel to it. It's kind of a funny level to have, really. In Nasty's world, you kind of expect, damn it, you kind of expect this dark and hellish kind of feel, similar to what you get with Jacques and Toasty, but you don't, which is kind of amusing. You get this shipyard scrap metal kind of feel to it, which is kind of cool because it's not what you expect. Most of the enemies in this usually you'd need to flame, but as I said, with the barrels it kind of makes life easier for us. It does mean I'm going to have to take a few hits though to do damage. I'm not sure if I will need a sparks back to continue. I may just do. Right, I'm not sure if I can charge that guy while he's got the barrel in his hand. I can see, but I'll need a sparks before. That's a thought that crosses my mind. Or at least I can get this dragon. So, sparks with the dragon. Let's get the dragon first in case of an untimely death. Latif again.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Gnorc boots if I were him.
Cool. If I do happen to do a rerun actually and I find anything left, I will perhaps put a small video in the bottom right corner while doing these final levels, showing any extra places I've picked up stuff. But in the event that there is stuff that I have missed, to make sure that the percentage is accurate at the very end of the challenge, I'll also do a screenshot of my final percentage. Okay, question answered. I can charge the TNT barrel, but unless I can find a way to get a metal barrel to hit him, that's the best I'm going to have to deal with. So let's glide over to here and see if it's possible to get him. A well-timed one of these should get him actually. Yeah, cool. It's an extra one. But every one counts when I'm trying to beat myself at my own challenge. Yeah, and yeah, that's a running gimmick with this one. It's almost Donkey Kong like, the way that they have the barrels involved in this level. It's one of my favourite levels for that reason. I'm not a huge Donkey Kong fan, but I always did like the way that the levels worked in that game. So this level will be a barrel of laughs for us. Bad humour. Nearly got that in without causing self-harm. To get that strong box, we'll need to progress a little further and then hit that barrel to the top right back. The only way to get that. We also have, after the absolute joy that was Lofty Castle, and I'm not joking, I must have spent trying to get the last guy that's in that level to get my last 5 gems that I was missing from Lofty Castle. I probably put in maybe an hour and a half, and that's why I was so disappointed to just finally admit that it may not be possible. I still believe there is possible due to the height that you can get off certain, if you clip certain items. I'm thinking if I could clip the fountain, I may be able to get enough height on Lofty Castle to have got that last 5 gems. But when you've been trying for an hour and a half and you kind of just, you keep being about a couple of inches too low, and it may be just that you kid yourself into thinking that it's a possibility, and it may just be that those 2-3 inches that I can't get, I'll never be able to get no matter what I try. But I don't think when I go back and check for extra gems that that'll be something I'll try again because of how much time I invested in that as it is. Oh, this isn't going to kill me. Hope not. Yep, it's okay. Alright, unfortunately we can't use this to get through due to that horribly placed ceiling, but we can do this. Set off a nice fun chain reaction. That's not a bad thing. I don't think I can get past him without being hit anyway, and he does have gems that we do need. So if I just speed run my way back, how I've missed you speed running while I've been taking this run so casual. Did I do this? Not sure if I got that guy actually, that's an interesting point. Oh yeah, I did, okay. I remember getting that guy for sure. And I'm straight back to almost being dead, just to check if I had a guy already. Fun. No rats up here either to ease my pain. But there is a guy over TNT. Need him to bring that down so it's on my level. There we go, thank you very much, sir. Right, yeah, he can't be killed. Thomas again.
Wow! I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Another dragon we've not seen since by Town Square, I believe. Yeah, that guy can't be killed. There's not a barrel near him to use to kill him with. That was very nearly a good shot. Ugh, Sparks. Oh no, we do have a Sparks, okay. And we're at the home straight now of Gnorc Cove. You can see the return home portal just over there. Oh, it worked. It set off a nice chain reaction. Too bad we missed out. It's one of my favourite parts of this level, seeing that chain reaction. Actions have consequences, Spyro, and many have died because of you, or at least been returned to treasure and size. We'll get this key that's hidden down here, but it's funny actually, I'm not really sure why they bothered putting a key in this level because the treasure box is right by an explosive, so it's very easy to get without the key. Unlike this fire crate, we have to take damage. Although actually looking back I probably could have used that to save me losing a Sparks, but hey ho, a bit too late to think of that now. We have some barrels here that we can use to get the TNT. There's the key in action. So yeah, there's those barrels right there that we can just use to open this box. But you know, we've got the stuff in it. We won't be able to get all the gems because of that one dude. We know that for a fact, so it's not the end of the world. So I always get antsy about that when I'm so close to finishing a level and then there's just like 5 gems missing no matter what I try I can't get. Like the Lofty Castle situation, I absolutely hate being so close to 100% in a level, which is why I spent so much time on high caves actually. High caves, I had a feeling I could get all of the gems, and I think I was proven right. In fact, I want to check that now, because I want to know if I made it. Yeah, I did, okay. I managed to get all of the gems on high caves, which is no easy feat at all, when you're missing one or the other. Okay, we was missing just 5 gems on this one as well, just to rub it in from that one dude. And just like getting into the toasty level, finishing levels in Nasty's World is actually mandatory. I have a very strong feeling that Gnorc Cove will actually be a very easy level to do on this challenge. Most of the ways to defeat stuff is by using explosive crates, and there is a high amount of explosive crates dotted around the map. I'll say that as I come to an indestructible chest straight off the bat. We get to spend the entire time defeating guys which I used to think that they were wearing balaclavas, but they're actually wearing, you know, some sort of protective mask. Those are the two main enemies that we encounter on this level. We have like these construction fat workers that attack you with different styles of barrels. Some roll them down the hill, some hit you with TNT barrels, and then the other enemies are these tiny construction workers who wield spanners. Or as being as it's Insomniac Games, I should say, they're wielding ratchets. Fucking hilarious. I love this little gimmick as well of them in their bra and panties. Not that I like seeing them in their bra and panties, but it's very Tom and Jerry style. Two more metal crates I cannot get. Rescue Dragon number 73, I believe, Latif, which is actually the name of a stationery store around the corner from where I live right now. I say it's going to be an easy and straightforward level, but there's not really a lot we can do to be creative on it, that's why. Except for the TNT crates, I don't think there's a way to get most of the stuff in the level. But the TNT crates have to be in the right place. This will probably be a level where I go through it pretty quickly, and then when I do my reroute to see what I've missed, I'll probably spend a bit more time trying to make sure I get everything. Bit out of range of the explosion. Straight over to this area then. It's this sort of level that makes me think of the close relationship of Insomniac and Naughty Dog. The fact that Crash Bandicoot games have TNTs in it, and then like the Spyro 1 game has TNTs in it. To think though, like I played Crash Bandicoot 1, and then it was 2 years from Crash Bandicoot 1 that I then played Spyro 2, and then my cousin had Spyro 1, which he sold to me for a tenner, which at the time was a lot of money to me. That was like, I'd get £10 a month for allowance, as the Americans call it, or as we call it over here, pocket money. And you know, £10 a month is not a lot, but it was a lot to me. And how I don't regret it. Became my favourite game for a very long time, Spyro the Dragon. Unfortunately, it's only replaced by the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion as my all-time favourite game, but it's definitely my favourite game of the PS1 and PS2 era. I don't know which Spyro they're like. This challenge has really made me appreciate Spyro 1 a lot more. Oh, this is awkward. The gem has clipped through the barrel, so I'm going to have to just kill myself so I can get it back. Luckily, there's like a checkpoint literally a few minutes ago. Well, a few seconds ago, I should say. So I can try again. Okay, it worked that time. That was weird. The game's padding for me. He doesn't want me to finish. Don't stop playing with me, said Spyro with glee as I fiddled with his Dragon Balls. Sorry, that was an awful joke. Alright. We're in the last area of the level already, so pretty quick, as I suspected it would be. A lot quicker than I was having with the other challenge, at least. Well, that's because most of the enemies can't be charged on the other challenge. Whereas both sets of enemies can be flamed in this instance. I should have got the key really for this chest first, since I can't charge, but I'll just have to double back in a moment. I'm gonna have to try. Can I glide over these guys maybe? Yeah, I can. That should be doable. But then how am I going to get back is the problem. I'm going to have to just perhaps try and run back. Or let them kill me, maybe. Because I'll still keep the key, which is fortunate. And then all I've got to literally do is glide back around. But I'm not sure if it's going to be doable to just glide around them. Let's try. So it reminds me of the two enemies by the Jacques stairs. Oh, that was easier than I expected. Okay. Looking back, I'm not sure why I did that. Don't know why I just killed myself. Oh well. Let's go and get this lockbox. Now that we've got the key. Oh, I had the key anyway, but... Alright, on to the last room now, which is the purple room. And this is the one that leads to the end. I'm going to have to just make the best of a bad situation here. I hope I've got enough sparks, actually. I should only get hit once by these guys before I can kill them both. Oh wow, what a proxy. That worked out even better than I expected. I didn't even get punched. Punched in the dragon dildo. When we return home, we have a tasty 310 gems. Yeah.